King. Welcome to Talk Kings, where real kings talk about real things.
Welcome to Talk Kings, where real kings talk about real things. We hanging at the bar. I got my man Larry Kennedy, Johnny Brooks, and Dietrich Avents. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, me and my wife was having a heated discussion, and I said, you know what? I'm the man of the house. I said it all strong. I had my chest pumped out. I said, because I'm the man of the house, that's why. So she calmly looked at me. She had her head down looking at something. She looked up. She said, Donnell, what does that mean? And I'm going to be honest, guy, I had no answer for that. I had no answer. But on a serious note, man, we all say it. We all know what it means. Larry, and I'm going to come to you because you've been married longer than all of us, right? Probably combined. I don't know. I mean, yeah, probably combined. So, what does it mean, man, when we say, man, we the man of the house? It's my house. We the man of the house.
First of all, I'm straight. Of course, my wife always say, "What's yours is mine. What's mine is mine."
That don't sound like a man of the house to me.
But at the end of the day, I let her know real quick. I pay the bills. We're in the position we're in because of me. You've been very supportive. I appreciate everything you've done. You've been a great mother. But as the man of the house, man, I got the last word.
Okay.
So when it comes down to decision making, a lot of times, and it depending on the type of woman she is and how she was raised, she gonna give you the last word, and she gonna let you be the man of the house. She gonna let you be the head of the household and make those final tough decisions. To me, that's what it means to be the head of the house. I ain't gotta make every decision, but there's some decisions that are tough decisions, and sometimes that wife, depending on how your wife was raised, depending on what your wife's beliefs are, but there's a lot of women out there that still believe in their man being the head of the house and letting their man make that final say and have that final decision and things.
I don't know. I be trying to ask. I was asking myself all night, boy, after that argument, what the heck does it really mean? I mean, does it mean what we do monetarily? Man, I was like, or is it the way that I'm in the house? Is it inherent role? Like, Johnny, I mean,
I see it a lot in my household, and I me and my wife get in text battles and small arguments, but as far as at the end of the day, like Larry just said, being a man in the house, I ain't gonna say I make the rules like I'm
He's not a
dictator.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I feel everything should go through me. She's responsible for paying the bills. I give her the money to pay the bills. I want the bills to be paid on time and all that stuff. I just want everything to roll through me, but my wife tends to try to wear the pants every now and then. That's when I come, like you say, I'm the man of the house. When I get pissed off, I'm the man of the house. And what I say goes, I got to put my foot down. I think a man got to put his foot down every once in a while because a woman will get a little out of hand.
Oh man, they gonna get you for that one, buddy. I'm telling you, they gonna get you for that one. Can you tell?
But I'm gonna help him out a little bit. I'm gonna help him out a little bit because he needs some bailout. He do need some bailout.
You in there? They gonna get you, buddy.
He needs some stimulus right now. So
I need some help.
Yes, you need some stimulus.
They might.
Now, being a man in the house don't mean he can't negotiate. His wife doesn't have say. It's not 50-50.
Right.
All he's saying really is, in certain situations, the woman really does want her man to be the man and handle certain things. And when my woman want me to be the man, she knows that there's a man in the house that's aggressive enough, financially stable, that can do all the things that need to be done to handle the situation. That's what it means to be the man of the house. Now, that don't mean that a woman that's going out there and done very well for herself, that financially she's the head of the house financially. But even in those situations, a lot of times, they still let their man take the lead. And they still give their man the credit he deserves and let him make the decisions, where we going, what we gonna do. things as far as giving him the leeway of making him feeling like a man. Because a lot of times, man, you don't want your manhood to feel like it's taken. And that's what a lot of guys sometimes get afraid of.
Yeah.
But if you confident in yourself, confident in your ability, you don't worry about that stuff.
I told my wife, you in control, but I'm in charge. No, I'm just playing. Hey, listen.
What you scared of, man? I know we in your house. Don't be
throwing it
scared.
out there.
Don't
Throwing
back
it out there.
Y'all want it down
Had
off your
Karen to
son.
come on camera.
See, y'all trying to make this the last time y'all come hang with me at the bar. She gonna shut the whole thing down.
She might.
Look, you just sounded so confident. I could steal that line. 'Cause I was go home and
Great
say it.
line, right?
Say it again.
She in control, but I'm in charge. That's what I told her. I'm gonna stand with what I just said.
Oh,
You
well,
saying I'm taking it home?
when we leave, just remember that. You live with it.
Deidre,
You know what's
I
crazy,
know you're the
man?
man of the house at your
I
house.
don't have to deal with that, man.
Okay.
One thing I was taught at a young age, people will follow you when you're a great leader. And I pride myself in that. I make sure that when she thinks about somebody leading somebody, it's okay because I know he got my best interest at heart. So I really don't even, I don't have that issue, man. I mean, I feel being the man of the house that's your responsibility. That's your house. If something goes wrong in that house, it's your fault. It's as a man, it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not that you're gonna look at it, and it could have been the woman, but I dictate the mood in that house.
So your wife ain't got no buck in her?
She has buck,
Everybody-
but because every woman has
Yeah, my
buck,
wife got buck in her, boy.
everybody got buck, but it's more of
It's not that way.
she respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna have her best interest at heart. So I'm not making a decision just to make it because I'm the man of the house.
Okay.
I'm making it because it's good for us.
And I'm a communicator.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Here we go. They
I'm a
communicator.
My wife and
That what it
I,
is?
we gonna talk it out. Certain things we just gonna talk about. So I don't worry about a lot of the stuff that a lot of guys get caught up in.
yeah.
And I don't worry about so much of public image. Long as my household is straight. I don't get caught up in all this stuff of what society say my relationship's supposed to be, a woman to a man supposed to be now in the house. I'm gonna be Larry Kennedy in my house.
So you're not the man in the house.
Absolutely, I'm the man.
What it mean, Johnny, to you, man?
What, the man of the house?
What does I'm the man of the house? If somebody came and asked you that today, what did it mean? I mean, what would you tell them? I was stumped. She won the argument. I walked away.
I'm gonna just give my perspective of it. It's like being a leader, being the one, that control. I ain't gonna say control her, but as far as building an image for her and the kids to be able to follow, like he just said, you got to put yourself in a position where that when you do make a decision that your wife feel comfortable that this is how it's gonna be, how it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? As far as like being a man in the house, it's not about having control. It's not about having control. But my wife, like I said, 6 years younger than me. She's from the pop. Her family a little rowdy. She got some buck in her, so it be almost ready to come to blows sometimes. Seriously. Seriously, I mean, I'm just being honest. It be about to go down in that jump because it get to the point where it's that I had to tell her I ain't no punk. I had to tell her the other day. It seems like she be trying to
Prove it, manhood.
It seems like she be trying to punk me,
Tell them you're the
man.
man of the house.
Yeah,
See?
and that's how it is. I mean, I ain't never done it, but sometimes I want to throw a blast to the wall. Boom. And that's how it is. My wife, she'll tough cookie.
One thing I know
Love her
about
to
y'all
death.
brothers is, y'all great husbands and fathers. So, and that's the thing that I want. At first, when I was young, I thought that mothers and fathers didn't argue because I didn't have a mother and father, so I thought that they didn't argue, they didn't break up, and as soon as you had your first argument, it was time for y'all to be done. Like, it was crazy. I mean, my first marriage, we argued about who washed the dish. It was just me and her. It was about a plate and some silverware, and we arguing about that. And so, I don't know. I never even seen a man in the house. Because I didn't grow up with a man in the house.
And then
so I think, but I just think that, I don't know, I couldn't answer that question then. I know the answer, you know what I'm saying? And most of my answers are the same thing with y'all. But, when we come back, we're going to talk about, some of the situations that you may or may not have been in, or you may have heard about. that, you know, a husband had to say they was the man of the house, and what was the situation? Why did that make the decision he had to make? Because a lot of y'all talked about, hey, I want to be the one to make the decision. Well, what decision is it that you feel like is a critical decision? So we'll be right back. Talk Kings right after the break.
We have a place for you in Western Branch.
We have a place for you in Virginia Beach.
We have a place for you on the peninsula.
We have a place for you in Suffolk.
We have a place for you in Elizabeth City.
We have a place for you in Portsmouth.
We have a place for you in Chesapeake.
I am Dr. Angela Flowers, executive coach, educator, and founder of Envision Coaching and Consulting, a training and development agency. I specialize in equipping leaders with tools needed to improve and grow their organization through providing one-on-one coaching sessions, professional development trainings for their staff, and evaluating programs to help develop an action plan intended to promote organizational improvements. I have worked with leaders and teams ranging from education, government, small business, corporate, and most recently, nonprofits. If you're looking for a coach to help you reach your leadership goals or you want to develop your team, contact me at angela.flowers@myenvisioncoach.com.
Welcome back to Talk Kings, where real kings talk about real things. I got my boys hanging with me at the bar. Guys, listen, keep talking about this great subject. and I got a question. You know, we talking about what it means to be a man in the house. I told y'all what I told my wife, and I'm gonna stick to it. She in control, but I'm in charge. But on the real, you said something interesting, Larry. You talked about, you know, hey, you take care of the household. You know, you got the money. We know you're very successful, and I think pretty much all of us, or maybe not, because I don't know. But do you think that a man can be the head of the household and make less money than his wife?
Absolutely, because I still think too, there's a negotiation, there's communication within the household, and most women still want a man to be a man in the house. And being a man, again, it comes, when I say being head of the household, that means also being able to adjust. I mean, being a little more sympathetic, and you really have to honor what's going on with everybody else's opinions around you. It doesn't make you any weaker, but at the same time, it shows that, hey, you have strength, you have understanding, you know what's going on with your family. As long as I think you have understanding of your family and your family values, and you can still be the head of the household, she's gonna let you be whatever you need to be and be the man.
I wish my wife made more than me, boy. Good gracious. I'll still be the man of the household, and I'll be loving every minute of it.
That'll be hard for me, Coach.
I think you still can be the man of the household if your wife make more money, but because as far as being a man, it's not financially. It's about guiding, protecting, you know, your wife and kids. But I just think if the wife made more money, this just me, I think sometimes it'll be twisted a little bit. You know, she can be a little more cocky. She might feel she can be the shot caller.
Be cocky. She gonna be more cocky.
She might feel she can be the shot caller, or, you know, try to put her foot down because she make the most money. So I don't think it should come down to finances. I don't think a man should use his finances to control the house. I just think a man should control the house by being a provider and a protector. You know, it just, I don't think finances should be a number one, you know, rule in the thing.
The craziest thing, somebody told me, and we're gonna get to a question for you, Dietrich, but somebody told me that in every relationship is a transaction. Y'all let that sizzle in your spirit or whatever you wanted to do. Think about that. That they said every relationship you come in contact with in your life has a transaction. I don't know. What you think?
Going back to that question you said, on paper, my wife actually makes more than me. On paper, she does. But where the difference came in, again, it's my responsibility to take care of that household. I can take care of the bills, but if we want to do some extra stuff, add your income with it. So if there's a sacrifice made monetarily, that's my sacrifice to be made. So, you know, I feel that that's what separates the, you know, saying, okay, I'll be the one to make that sacrifice. You know, maybe before I got with you, I was able to save this amount of money or put this amount of money away. Or I was able to buy these kind of clothes and this kind of car. But when we got together, I'm still going to provide for this house. I might not be able to buy this. You still can, but I might not be able to buy this to make sure that my household is still run dealing with me.
See, the other thing in my household is my wife came from money.
Okay.
So it was a little different. I didn't come from money, but my wife came, they had the big house on the hill. Oh. So her getting with me was a transition. I didn't have nothing. I was just a little boy running the ball. That became the number one DJ in America. But anyway, you know, it helped my household because as we got, of course, I've been married 20 plus years, and money was never an issue. Me being successful and getting to the level I've gotten to, you know, that didn't bother my wife. If anything, she was happy for that. She embraced it.
Yeah.
So as far as her, who makes the most money, that really was never an issue in my house. Never really came up. Was never a topic. Because all she really wanted to do was for me to be successful.
And you know what? I mean, my wife didn't come from money, but she's talked to a few people that had money. And to me, you know, money just was compensating for how you treated her or how, you know, what kind of man you were.
So when I dated some guys that had money.
Yeah, I had a few bills. You know, but that didn't really matter to me because I know what I brought to the table.
Right.
was more than money.
And you're right, and money don't make you a man.
Nah.
So that's the other thing. Now, just because you got money, it don't make you a man.
Right.
There's still manly duties that you have to do. There's still manly things you have to do around the house, whether it's chores, take your wife out, do all the little things to keep your wife and your household happy. So just because you got money don't mean you stop doing all the little things that got you to that point. So that's what guys got to remember when you start talking about money, whether she makes the most money, you make the most money, is, hey, you still got to have some communication and happiness in the household, because money can destroy a household.
Absolutely.
It destroys a lot.
So there's got to be some common ground that's deeper than money, and you got to have some genuine interest and likeness in your relationship.
So let me ask this, fellas. The wife make more than the husband, but if she start trying to use it to her advantage, like to be the dictator of the house, how do you respond to that?
I mean, that when you become the man of the house.
That's when you gotta say that part. Look,
Yo, you tell her, I don't care how many pants you wear to work. I wear the pants in here.
Okay.
You still got to stand your ground in who you are.
As a man.
You know, just because she got money and she's becoming controlling and trying to dictate to you, don't mean you lose yourself and give of yourself because of the finances. You still got to stand your ground and make her understand who you are in this relationship and what you committed to. Now, if there's some times there's not a clear understanding, hey, we got to really have a real conversation.
It probably really is a situation where how your relationship built, what was it built on, right? Because was it built on she latched on you first because you had some money. Then when she started becoming successful, she didn't need you for your money no more. So when you remove the money part from the relationship, y'all didn't have a relationship. In lies again the transaction I was just talking about. Every relationship has a transaction. Was you just her transaction, and she really wasn't rocking with you like that?
So does that mean that love won't never there?
It was never there. She loved how you made her feel because of you was successful, or you had. I ain't even talking about a guy that makes millions of dollars. I'm just talking about a guy who can provide more for her at that point than she has. You know what I'm saying? But now she really ain't like you now, and now she got the money, and now you don't bring nothing to the table, big guy. You know, I don't got nothing against the guys who play video games, but some guys, that's it. That's all they do. And I hear it from the women that we come in contact with, and the women in the industry that are successful, they can't find a man because they haven't grew up yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's the video game, but I'm just saying that's the image that they give me. Yeah. All he wants to do is play that game. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He has no motivation, so he can't be a man of the house either. You know what I'm saying?
Basically.
Every man that's in the house ain't a man of the house.
That's true.
Yeah, you can be a blue collar, whatever. I mean, it don't matter. I mean, you can be a corporate guy. It still don't make you a man. It's how you manage everything. If you that blue collar worker, man, they put on that hard hat every day. You can still come home and be the man of the house. If your wife make more, who cares? As long as you go to work and you do what you're supposed to do and work your butt off, man, that means something to that woman. You're a corporate guy, man. You come home, you share your thoughts, you share your opinions, you share your wealth, you share everything with that woman. Then, hey, man, y'all growing together. But make sure you're growing together. At the end of the day, it don't matter all that other stuff. It's the pure growth of your relationship and your personal growth that helps, that really tells the tale of your marriage.
Yeah. You know.
Everything else, man, everything else stuff. If finances ruin your relationship, you never had a relationship.
No matter, yeah.
You know, if simple things like that can come in your relationship and destroy it, you know, your love was kitty love, man. It was puppy love. As an adult, look, I'm not the same in my marriage as I was. I got married when I was 26. I'm not the same today as I was back then.
Right.
I'm a different man. Yeah. And I had to tell my wife that I'm a different man. Because sometimes conversation is sometimes here. But my growth is here.
Let me ask you a question, man. Your wife came from money. I don't know what you had. I don't know what you got now, but I can, figure out, you know what I'm saying? But your status. But I don't think you had it when you was 26.
No, I did not.
So your wife coming from money, do you see any difference from then to now? I mean, I ain't gonna say she wanted you for money then. I ain't gonna say she with you now because of money, because like you said, she came from money. But do you see a difference?
Well, my
from then to
dynamics
now?
is a little different because my wife left her big house and came and lived in our poor house where we didn't have air in my house till I was a junior in high school in 100-degree weather in the state of Florida. So she endured some of those challenges I went through early.
So she dumbed down herself to be with
Yes.
you. Okay, gotcha. That's love.
Yeah, it's
That's
a little
love.
different.
That's love. That's love.
And so that headlines 20-some years because they've been through it all together.
Been through it all.
You know, because I know all of y'all, we all have problems at certain points in our relationships. You know what I'm saying? But as men, again, I talk to all of y'all, we end up making it the right thing at the end of the day. And some stand-up men do that stuff. And that, you know, so saying that you're the man of the house is not an intimidation factor to your wife. It's just letting her know that you are her protector.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? You her
That's it.
protector. You gonna take care of whatever. Whether you make the money or not, like Dietrich said, I'm gonna share some of that burden. I ain't gonna let you hold that burden on your own. You know what I'm saying? And I think most women, they want a strong man,
That's exactly right.
right? I don't think anybody want somebody that's not gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying that you're supposed to go home and turn over the tables and say, hey, you know, where my food at? But and in turn, I think a woman that understands you will be a great woman back to you, and that's what we all have. We all have great wives, and you know, we've been through a lot of things. So when we talk about, you know, what it means to be a man, when my wife asked me that, and I had no answer back to her, I finally, you know, knew that just look, baby, to me, I'm your protector. I want to know what's going on with you. I want to, you know, I want to be there, and I think that's how we all feel, man. Thanks for, you know, letting me know how y'all felt about that situation. You know, thanks for hanging with me at the bar. You know, thanks for tuning in, everybody, to Talk Kings, where real guys talk about, where real kings talk about real things. And we out.
King Talk, where men come from all walks of life. Situations about life, pitfalls, God, women, and downfalls, our lives, and everything that we go through for kings, with exclusive insight to our world. Now welcome to Talk Kings, where real kings talk about real things. Welcome to Talk Kings, where real kings talk about real things. Talk Kings, Talk Kings.
Welcome to Talk Kings. Welcome to Talk Kings, where real kings talk about real